Thank you, Anjana, for sharing your experience. Our next speaker graduated from the University of Southern California with a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration with emphasis in real estate finance. He holds a Master's in Construction Engineering from the same institution. He currently works as a project manager for R.D. Olson Construction and Development in Irvine and focuses on hotel development. He is a member of the HSCRF and has been an avid student of holistic science from a young age through his family's participation in the Jai Sachidanand Sangh. Please welcome Amar Patel.
Thanks, Sean. I thought in sharing my experience that it'd be helpful to sort of share the timelines and sort of the linear progression of how I became so interested in holistic science and sort of show step by step of what happened with me personally to become so interested in the science. So I grew up in this in holistic society. My parents are avid participants for about 30 years, and I was born in America, very much an American kid, and didn't know Gujarati, so I sort of didn't understand what this science was and what this knowledge was. I mainly came to these satsangs and these holistic gatherings to hang out with friends and to just have fun. But as I slowly got older, mainly in college, I started taking coursework at USC where I got to study different religions, Eastern religions, Western religions, Eastern and Western philosophies, and sort of linked up what I was hearing at a young age to what these existing religions and over time have been preaching, and it came to a conclusion that all these religions and philosophies are pointing to sort of a truth and reality of the world, and those are different modes of understanding that truth and reality, and this holistic science in the present day is one of those modes as well. So that sort of established for me a very good interest in trying to progress and learning about holistic science. From studying those courseworks, it became clear that there was different sort of enlightened people throughout the history of human progression, either that be Jesus Christ or the Buddha or Lord Krishna, that came to this understanding level of understanding what that reality was, and that created sort of the different branches of philosophies to get to that reality. And in looking at that, then it became clear to me that the goal is basically to understand what this truth and reality was. So with that, that was sort of my first timeline or step in progressing, and from there I became more enthusiastic to start practicing some of the practical items such as prayers and positive projections, and trying to establish progressing and sort of understanding this knowledge more. And I think the biggest step, the second step from that first step was in practicing those prayers and positive projections, I was able to sort of attain better purity with that positive energy. And with that positive energy, it became clear that over time, as I did the prayers on a daily basis, that with that positive energy, certain glimpses of what these tenets are speaking to sort of opened up in itself without me really needing to do anything. So one of those tenets was that I think is the most important for me was the whole aspect of who I am, and that's the whole aspect of self-realization, of being a pure soul and not being Amar or the body or the mind, and that was sort of the third step or the third timeline after doing all the prayers and the purity practices, that this sort of realization sort of opened up, and it's basically motivated me to delve more into this knowledge. And that specific tenet of being a pure soul and not being Amar was sort of a big realization for me, because it was sort of a U-turn on how I was thinking, all my actions in the world, and my understanding of the world. And so it was really a realization, and with that realization, it's created more stability in my life. I go through less mental confusions. I deal with circumstances better. I accept circumstances better, and it's been fundamentally changing for me as in my personality and my way of thinking, so that I'm more inner focused and more trying to use this knowledge for the progression of development, sort of to get to those similar paths that we've studied in the past of Buddhism or Christianity or Eastern religions. This helps me get to that path for greater development. So I wanted to share that.